Wow, let's begin our yoga today. I'll just give you a rundown. You can stay in your cat and cow pose. I'll give you a rundown of what we're doing. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be inspired by one of those little cards that we have. It's a little guidance card that you pick out of a pack, and it's the one that I picked to give us inspiration today is Divine Guidance, and it's about trusting your intuition, and you can do that by practicing some meditation each day and by sitting in stillness and focusing on your breath so that you actually calm your breath and calm your mind, and that way the actual guidance that can come to you and your intuition, you can listen to it and it can help you. And you can also ask for help from your guides. So thinking about divine guidance as you move through your yoga practice and how you might be able to use your intuition a little more. So let's go into cat and cow. And we'll start to warm up our spine. So having your knees underneath your hips. Hands nice and open, fingers open and palms pushed down onto the mat. We'll inhale as you lift your chest and exhale as you lift your spine up towards the ceiling. Coming into your breath, letting your breath initiate the movement. Thinking about all the little spaces in between your vertebrae as you're slowly moving your spine, almost like a little snake. You're sort of moving it and opening up the spaces, starting to warm it up a little bit. As we focus through our practice today, we'll do a little bit of work around the glute area and the quads area to help you feel a little more supple. From here, we're going to lay down into Sphinx Pose. Bringing the front of your body down to the mat, your forearms in front of you. And we're going to inhale and lift our chest up. You can soften your eyes here and bring your shoulders back and squeezing through the shoulder blades, squeezing through the buttocks, taking some deep breaths, feeling grounded with your hands on the earth and the front of your body, the front of your legs and the front of your feet. Taking a few deep breaths here. Sliding your hands back, coming back to tabletop, and then taking your knees wide and buttocks down to your heels. Walking your hands forward into child's pose. Forehead down towards the mat. Taking some nice deep breaths here. On each exhalation, surrendering a little more into the pose. Stretching out through the lower back and the shoulders. Opening up the hands. Connecting again to the energy that's coming up through the earth. Through your hands, your shins and the tops of your feet. Let's take 4 more breaths here. And 1 more breath. As you inhale, bring your knees back underneath your hips and take your chest forward into an upward dog with your knees on the mat. And exhale back to child's pose. Inhale, coming up to upward dog. And exhale to child's pose. listening to your breath and coming into 4 more rounds. Just gently moving the body, getting it warm. And last round. Tucking your toes under, slide your hands back a little, opening the fingers out and pushing the palms into the mat as you lift up through your hips into your downward dog. Walking your heels towards the mat. Connect with the stretch down the back of the legs and also stretch through the shoulders and the arms. Just taking some deep breaths here, coming back to the breath, softening your eyes. Let's go 4 more breaths. And last breath. And from here, we come down onto the knees. We'll go into upward dog. Bring your hands a little forward, tucking your toes under, and then pressing back up to downward dog. So take upward dog and downward dog. When you do your upward dogs, you can have your knees off the mat or on the mat, whichever you wish. The lifting your knees up is a little more intense. See how you feel. Rolling over the toes. Inhale into upward dog and exhale to downward dog. Let's go 1 more round. And then taking your feet wide, walking your hands back towards your body underneath you into a forward bend. Let your head fall heavy and your chest fall heavy. Taking some deep breaths here. Just opening up the gaps in your spine between your vertebrae. Feel the deep stretch through the back of the legs and opening out through the lower back. Just taking the tension away. You can move around a little bit from side to side or in a little circle. Do whatever feels right for your body. Let's take 4 more breaths here. And when you're ready, slight bend in the knees and bring your arms all the way back up to mountain pose. And bring your feet back together. And we're going to go straight into some balance work with a stretch through the glute area. So we're going to open up the right foot and just move our body in a little circle, connecting to the ankle points. Pick a drishti point so that you can stare at to help you with your balance. And we're going to lift up our left foot and bring it in front of us. Bring our hands to Anjali Mudra and have a slight bend in the right knee and bring your chest slightly forward till you feel a stretch between your knee and your hip. Just take 4 breaths here, nice and still. One more breath. Nice work, good balancing everyone. And then give your legs a little shake and we'll take it to the other side. So this time opening up the toes on the left foot, moving your body in a little circle, connecting to the anchor points in your left foot. And then lifting up your right foot, find your drishti point. Bring the right foot across the front of the left leg, hands to Anjali Mudra. Tune into that drishti point. 4 deep breaths. Last 2. Nice work. Okay, and coming up. Give that a little shake. From here, we're going to go into our dancer pose. So you get a stretch through your quads on this one. So we'll start on the right foot again. So opening up the toes and have yourself just in front of something that you can reach out to if you need to. This one's a little bit more difficult because you're changing the weight. So opening up through the right foot, connecting to the anchor points, lift the left foot up into your left hand, like you're going to do a quad stretch, and then kick the left foot back and take the right hand forward. Find that drishti point, lifting up the chest, kicking out the left foot, and taking 4 breaths here. One more breath. Nice work, and then release. Well done. That one's a bit more tricky. And then we'll take it to the other side. So opening up the left toes and noticing the anchor points under the left foot. Then lift up your right foot into your right hand like a quad stretch. Then kick that right foot back and bring the left hand forward, keeping an eye on that drishti point. 4 breaths. Nice. And then come back down. Well done, everyone. From here, we're going to go to our warrior sequence. So we're going to start with our left foot toes slightly out to the side and step forward with the right foot. We're going to bend the right knee and inhale, lift our arms up, bring the chest up, come up to warrior 1. Imagine you're holding a beach ball above your head, really stretching through that left hip and lifting up through the body. 4 breaths here. And then take the right hand forward, left hand back, gazing to the right hand, really elongating out through the 2 hands, holding the right quads nice and strong. 2 more breaths. And then bring both hands down to the mat and straighten out the right leg. If you have a block, you can place it just inside your right foot. Place your hand on it so the right leg is straight. We're going to inhale, lift our left hand up, take our eyes with it into triangle pose. 4 breaths. And then bring the left hand back down to the mat and inhale, come back up to standing, hands to Anjali Mudra. And then we'll go to the other side. So turning the right toes out slightly, step forward with the left foot, lining up so your left heel is in line with your right arch of your foot. Inhale, lift your arms up, take your chest up, look up, bending the left knee, so the left knee's over the left ankle, reaching up with that beach ball, connecting with the stretch through the right hip this time and stretching up through the spine and the arms. 4 more breaths. And last breath here, taking your left hand forward, right hand back, gazing towards the left hand, so the left knee is still straight. Opening up your hands, so spreading them nice and wide apart and feeling a nice stretch through the front of the chest, a little bit of stretch through the shoulders. Take 2 more breaths here, just holding it strong through the left thigh. And then bring both hands down to the mat, straightening out the left leg. Put the left hand on the floor or on the block. And then inhale, lift the right hand up towards the ceiling and take your gaze with it. So you've got a nice twist through the upper back and an opening of the chest. Nice stretch through the left leg, which is in a straight position this time, to triangle pose. Let's take 4 more breaths. Bringing the right hand down to the mat. Inhale, slightly bend that left leg and bring your arms back up to Anjali Mudra. And then bring your feet together. Taking a few breaths here just to even out our breath a little bit. And then we'll do our sun salute. We'll do 4 rounds of the sun salute. So if you have any props there, just move them a little bit to the side. Move my assistant across to the side. Okay, so we're going to start at the top of the mat. We're going to inhale, lift our arms, lift our gaze. Exhale, folding forward. And then step back into high plank. Slowly lower your body down to the mat. And then inhale, push up through the hands to lift the chest and have the tops of your feet on the mat. And as you exhale, take your toes under and come up into downward dog. And then take your gaze forward towards your hands and step forward into forward bend. Then inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Feel the stretch down the back of your legs. Exhale, draw your chest to your legs. And then inhale, come back up to standing into mountain pose. And then hands to Anjali Mudra. Let's just take a little break here, just getting our breath nice and even. Remember, at any point you can have a little rest into child's pose or Savasana. Just do what feels right for your body. Coming back to the theme of our practice on using our intuition. Just inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. And then step back into high plank. Slowly lower the body down to the mat. Place the top of your feet on the mat and inhale. Push up through the hands, opening up through the chest. Into upward dog, toes curled under. Exhale into downward dog. And then take your gaze forward and step forward into forward bend. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, hug your knees to your chest. And inhale, come back up. Got 2 more rounds to do. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, step back. You can have your knees on the ground if you wish, or come into the high plank. Slowly lower your body to the mat. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Exhale, tuck your toes under into downward dog. Gazing forward towards your hands and then step forward. Inhale, lengthen the chest and the spine. Exhale, hug your knees to your chest. And then inhale, come back up to standing. Hands back to Anjali Mudra. Take a couple of breaths here. Feel free to take a rest. Take a couple more breaths to settle the breath down. And let's do our last round. So inhale, lift our arms up, stretch up towards the ceiling. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, step back into high plank. And slowly lower your body to the mat. Have the tops of your feet on the mat. Inhale, push through the hands, lift the chest up into upward dog. And exhale, tuck the toes under and come into downward dog. Take your gaze forward and step forward. Into forward bend. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Feel the stretch down the back of the legs. Exhale, hug your chest and bring your forehead towards your knees. Inhale, come back up to standing. Reach up to the ceiling and then hands back to Anjali Mudra. Well done, everyone. Just taking a couple of breaths here and come back to our theme of our divine guidance and our intuition. Settling our breath down is quite vigorous, the 4 rounds. From here, we're going to come back down to the mat, onto all fours. And we're going to do pigeon pose. So help to release some of those glutes that we've got that are stiff. We'll take our left knee forward and take the left foot towards the right side of the mat. Lift our chest up and slide our right leg back a little. So you start to feel a stretch through the left ITB and glute. You can stay here if you wish, or you can come down onto your forearms. And softening your eyes, taking 4 breaths here. Each time you breathe out, just relax a little more into the stretch. Inhale, coming back up to your hands. Bring the left knee back next to the right. And then take the right knee forward. Right foot out towards the right side of the mat. And lift your chest up. Slide your left leg back a little till you start to feel the stretch. And then from here, you can bring your forearms down to the mat. And taking 4 nice deep breaths here. And then bring your hands back. Take your right knee back next to the left knee. And coming down onto your front. And we're going to do locust pose to stretch out our quads a little bit. So we're going to start off with the left side. So we're going to pick up the left hand, bend the left knee, and slide the hand back to grab to the left foot. We're going to inhale, lift our chest, and kick the left leg back. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then release. And we'll take it to the right side. So pick up the right hand, bend the right knee, reach back and grab onto the right foot. Inhale, lift the chest and kick the right foot back. So you're feeling a nice stretch through the chest, the arm and the right quad. Then keep your hand on the right foot as you release, and then bring the left hand around to the left leg. So you're holding on to both feet. When you're ready, inhale, lift up through the chest and kick both legs back. Just take a couple of breaths here and you find you rock a little bit. It's a nice deep stretch for those sore quads from all the squats that you've been doing. One more breath. And then release. Bring your hands on top of each other, just underneath your forehead. Have your knees bent and taking your feet from side to side. Just releasing through the lower back a little bit. And then rolling onto your back. And we'll hug our knees up to our chest to release our back after that back bend that we just did. So hug the knees up and do some little circles, massaging through the lumbar spine. Just go 4 rounds in one direction and 4 rounds in the other. Softening your eyes, coming back to your breath and to that stillness where you get in touch with your intuition. And take it 4 rounds to the other side. And when you've done your 4 rounds, place your feet on the mat, knees bent, arms straight out from your shoulders. We're going to exhale, take the knees to the right, look to the left. Stay here for 4 breaths, feeling a nice stretch through the left side of the body. When you've done your 4 breaths, bring your knees back to center. Exhale and take it to the other side. So knees to the left, facing your eyes towards the right, and softening your eyes. And just enjoying a little bit of stillness for 4 breaths. Noticing the rise and fall of your chest. And then bring your knees back to center. We're going to do a reverse pigeon, so we'll do one more stretch around that glute area. So we're lifting our left foot up off the mat and bringing the leg across the front of the right thigh. And then we're going to lift our arms up and either draw the shin towards us or reach through the middle of the gap in your legs and grab either your quad or your shin and hugging that in. So this is a reverse pigeon. So anyone who has any knee issues, this is the one to do. So Penny, this one might be for you. So whenever we do the pigeon pose on our knees, you can actually always go to this one as an alternative. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then release your hands. Bring your right foot down to the mat and then switch your legs over. And hugging that right knee towards you or the right shin, or bring your arms through the gap in between the legs. Just noticing how you feel on this side compared to the other, whether you're tighter on one side or the other. Two more breaths. And then release your hands and release both feet back down to the mat. Drawing your heels towards your buttocks, placing the palms of your hands facing down on the mat. You're going to inhale, lift up through the hips into a bridge, and then bring your hands underneath if you wish, and draw your shoulders together, lifting up high as you can, really squeezing through the buttocks. Lifting up high as you can, chest to your chin. 4 more breaths here. Noticing the stretch through the quads and the really squeezing through the glutes. 1 more breath, and then slowly release your hands and then slowly lower your spine down to the mat and hug up your chin, knees to your chest. And then reaching through the middle of your legs, through the inside of your knees. If you can reach through to your outside of your feet or to your ankles or shins, and then lifting the feet up, the soles of the feet, pointing them towards the ceiling into happy baby. So great stretch for lower back. Just taking some deep breaths here and softening your eyes. coming back to your breath and that stillness. It's almost a meditative state. Notice how your body's feeling. And tuning into your mind as well. Letting any thoughts free, acknowledge them and then let them free. It's 4 more breaths. And then release your hands from your feet. Bring your feet back down to the mat. And we're going to go into our legs up pose. So you can have your legs up against the wall or against a bed or a table, whatever's in your room, or you can come into a shoulder stand. So we're going to inhale, lift up. If you're in a shoulder stand, holding your hips like a ball and drawing your elbows a little closer together. Giving our legs a shake so they're nice and light. A little bit of a circle with our ankles. And we'll do 10 nice deep breaths here. Enjoying the inversion, boosting our immunity and reversing the lymphatic system and the circulatory system, flushing it out. You might like to take your feet wide. And drawing the soles of the feet together with knees out to the side like a butterfly. If you've got your legs up the wall, you might like to take your feet wide again. If you're in shoulder stand, you might like to take your feet over the head to the floor behind your head into plow pose. And you can release your hands down to the mat, feeling that deep stretch through the upper back. And let's take 2 more breaths. And on the next inhalation, slowly control your body, bringing your spine back down to the ground and bring your legs back down to the ground. We're coming into Savasana now, so you can get yourself in a nice comfortable position. If you have an eye pillow, you can put that over your eyes. If you have a bolster that you'd like to put underneath your knees to support your lower back, you can. Having your hands facing up, as comfortable as possible. And we're going to have a nice Yoga Nidra now. So laying into Savasana, you can place a blanket over you to keep you nice and warm if you want. Taking 3 deep, relaxing breaths, relaxing your body. Be aware of the sounds in the distance, moving your awareness from sound to sound. Be aware of your physical body lying in Savasana. Notice your alignment, your chin lower than your forehead, your spine aligned, Arms close to the body, fingers away from the floor, as comfortable as possible. Become aware of your natural breath, keeping it completely spontaneous. And come back to the intention of your practice, repeating that to yourself 3 times with feeling. Rotating your consciousness around your body, beginning with your right hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, toes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake and rotate your consciousness to the left side of your body. Your left hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, toes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake and move your attention to the back of your body, heels, back of your legs, buttocks, back, shoulder, arms, hands, whole of your spine, neck, back of your head, crown of your head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, right nostril, left nostril, lips, chin, throat, chest, 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 abdomen, 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 pelvis, 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 Become aware of your breath, counting back from 17 to 0. Check your awareness that you're still awake. Awaken the feeling of warmth within your body. Your whole body is warm. Your legs are warm. Your trunk is warm. Your back is warm. Your arms are warm. Your head is warm. Now awaken the feeling of coolness within your body. Imagine your whole body is cool. Your arms are cool. Your legs are cool. Your back is cool. Your head is cool. Bring your awareness to the front of your closed eyes. Imagine the following objects as they are named: a setting sun, a red rose, a beautiful garden, clear blue sky, the sound of the ocean, a rainbow, an eagle, a sunrise, a waterfall, an elephant. Now is the time in your practice to repeat your intention 3 times. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel your body resting in Savasana, aware of the room that you're in, the surrounding floor, ceiling, windows, the sounds inside the room and outside the room. Recall the time of day and know that the practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to an end. I'll chime the singing bowl once. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Wiggling your hands, your fingers and your toes, and stretching out your legs and your arms. Taking a couple of breaths on your side, and when you're ready, coming up to a comfortable seated position. I've got a little yogi quote here, and it's to do with namaste, as we always namaste at the end. And it means that the divine light in me bows to the divine light in you. So let's bring our hands to our forehead for kind thoughts, and to our lips for kind words, and to our heart for a kind heart. Namaste. Thank you everyone for the great yoga practice.
Thank you. It was beautiful.
You feeling okay?
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.